All right, here we go. I am going to apologize ahead of time for the bad camera quality. Usually I'm using a 4K camera, but technical difficulties, and this is such a surprise story. So let's go ahead and dig into this. I'm learning as we go. This literally just happened. Apparently we have an explosion on the US-Canadian border. And so let's go ahead and watch this first clip right here. And then we'll get into some actual like media, what they're saying. So here we go.
Terrorist attack. Yes. Oh, here we go. Alexis McAdams is reporting that according to high-level police sources, the explosion was an attempted terrorist attack. A lot of explosives in the vehicle at the time. The two people who were in the car are deceased. One Border Patrol officer was injured. Driving from the U.S. apparently to Canada, and we're trying to drive toward the CBP building. So all bridges in the area have been closed. All government buildings in the area have been evacuated. Yes. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Wow. So it is confirmed. I guess they're saying a terror attack. I got to put this in the title. Let me change this real quick. YouTube is probably not gonna like that I'm putting this here. I apologize. Like we're literally doing this live, so that's crazy. US I'm sorry. If you're watching this live, I apologize. I will be posting this. This is crazy. All right. I'm sure YouTube won't like that. So here's what's happening. Apparently we have an attack here, a terror attack. I'm just cycling through these clips because I'm learning as we go right now. Sometimes we do these streams where like we're just trying to learn. All 4 international border crossings between the United States and Canada and Western New York are now closed, also known as upstate New York. And if you're just joining, make sure to like the stream, make sure to turn on your notifications, and I will be posting this video because we maybe we can all learn something here. 1 second. Here we go. These are some of the images. Again, I apologize for the quality. If you're a regular viewer, I had to change the camera. Oh yeah. Again, make sure you turn on notifications, like the stream. I would like to get the info out there. It looks like everyone's okay. I'm not seeing any injuries reported other than the 2 people in the car, known as a VBIED, vehicle-borne IED. Let's see what else we can see. Everyone's reporting the same thing. Here's a home video.
I've never seen anything like this. The car just exploded. Yeah.
Dang.
Look how black the smoke is. Oh my gosh,
Look
it's
at the
getting
smoke.
worse.
Yeah.
Is somebody trying to put it out, or
I don't know. I don't know.
it's just spreading by itself?
Our car is right there. My car is right on the side. Oh my goodness, it's spreading.
Oh shoot.
What a rider.
The gray one?
Yeah, the gray one. Nothing.
Yeah, so apparently it doesn't look like they were successful, but still, it's not the norm to come in from Canada. Probably going to see the same things over and over. Let's see what this is.
Viewer, you can see. Now here is video sent into our newsroom from a viewer. You can see heavy smoke and firefighters on the scene there. We've also heard reports there was some kind of explosion. Now again, this is a developing breaking news story. We do have crews on scene and we'll have live team coverage coming up today on News 4 at 4, 5, and 6.
Dang. But again, this report up here is straight up saying that this was a confirmed terror attack.
Yes. Oh,
Right
here
here
we go. Oh, Alexis McAdams is reporting that according to high-level police sources, the explosion was an attempted terrorist attack. A lot of explosives in the vehicle at the time. The two people who were in the car are deceased. One Border Patrol officer was injured.
Dang.
Driving from the U.S. apparently to Canada.
Oh, wow.
And we're trying to drive toward the CBP building. So all bridges in the area have been closed.
So from U.S. to Canada, not Canada to U.S. I said it wrong. Interesting. Here's some more. We're going to start getting some more and more things flooding in here. Yeah, obviously the FBI is going to be involved with this, but I mean, we can't make any correlations or, any connections to anything. I know everyone's minds go straight to Israel. Is this because of the stuff that's happening in Israel? Is this a very terrible protest effort? This is interesting. Conflicting reports on whether the car was heading into Canada or U.S. Some reports say it came from Canada, then turned and drove the wrong way before exploding, which might explain the confusion. Reporting seems to be agreed, 2 people in 1 car. Huh. Well, that is not a good thing. I mean, U.S. holidays always susceptible to stuff like this, mostly in the Middle East, though. Customs there is very tight. As somebody from upstate New York trying to get into Canada, no offense, Canada, sometimes they treat U.S. citizens like they're all the bad guys. So now this is about to be even worse. And Canadian Border Patrol, they don't mess around. It's not like down in Mexico where you can just walk on in. Those guys, they ask you what you're doing, what's going on, and you already know this is about to make things even more crazy. A border crossing between the U.S. and Canada has been closed after a vehicle exploded at a checkpoint. The FBI's field office in Buffalo said in a statement that it was investigating the explosion on the Rainbow Bridge, which connects the 2 countries across the Niagara River. Photos and video taken by news organizations and posts on social media showed a security booth that had been singed by flames. We saw that. That is confirmed. Interesting. Has Reuters said anything? Reuters is just talking about Israel. Usually Reuters is on it, but it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like a lot of people are actually talking about this, but to me, I mean, I know it just happened, but it's quite the story. This guy's blaming Biden for it. Okay. You're on the Canadian side? What's it like trying to get into the United States? Just as bad, right? But yeah, it's also a pretty big deal that, right before Thanksgiving, I mean, all of this is closed down big time because it's already difficult to get in. Let's see what CBS is saying. I mean, probably the same thing. All these guys steal each other's stuff. FBI Buffalo field office posted a statement on their social media saying it's under investigation. The New York governor, Kathy, said in a statement that she has been briefed on the situation. At my direction, the New York State Police is actively working with the FBI Joint Terror Team to monitor all points of entry to New York. Wow. All hands on deck for this one, that's for sure. But I'm not seeing that they are confirming. Let's see what this is.
We don't know, but those aren't encouraging details. Talk to me about the response at this point. From the footage, you can see a bunch of police at the scene. You can see the vehicle.
Yeah.
You don't know who the people were behind this, but who would be taking the lead and what's likely happening right now there in Niagara Falls?
Yeah, one thing that jumped out at me was how quickly the Joint Terrorism Task Force got involved here.
I mean, I hope they get to it real quick. I fear this is only the beginning. What's up, Connor? And thank you for being a member. And again, make sure you guys turn on notifications because I definitely want to keep on this story. Otherwise, you're going to miss it. If you guys like the live, it helps out a lot too. Look, there's always going to be a threat every single U.S. holiday of this happening. Everyone's condensed together in an area. Stuff like this happens to ruin the morale of U.S. citizens, also Canadians. So unfortunately, I wouldn't say it's going to be or is the norm, but it's not an unsurprising attack, I guess you could say.
Run by the FBI, comprised of federal agencies, state and local agencies in the surrounding area based out of Buffalo. So what I can tell you is the FBI will initially take this lead through that mechanism. There are 56 JTT.
What I worry is if a certain group was responsible for this, if it's going to cause more division in the United States, if I'm being honest with you. Somebody asked, so what exactly happened? Apparently, confirmed, unconfirmed, a car coming from the United States or coming from Canada, that's the unconfirmed part, exploded at the border crossing booth.
Suitcase or briefcase.
Here we go.
Now about some sort of suitcase or briefcase on the scene. What can you tell us?
It's something that the authorities are now looking at, and we'll see if it ends up being connected to the explosion or not. But we're told from sources that a suitcase, a briefcase, something like that has been found at the location where the vehicle blew up, and they're treating it. Again, the FBI is the lead agency at the moment, and the FBI is treating that suitcase or briefcase as a possible explosive device. I think Brad Garrett would tell you that's probably out of an abundance of caution. Whether or not this has anything ultimately to do with the explosion, we're not sure. But they're treating what they found as if it were a potential explosive device as a precaution.
Oh, yeah.
The bomb squad,
I mean, if there's a random suitcase in the area, you're not going to be like, oh, that's supposed to be there.
is now handling that package, and then of course they'll be looking at the wider explosion for clues.
All right, Brad, do you want to weigh in on some sort of suitcase or briefcase there on the scene, what exactly the bomb techs will be doing? And then also would love your insight on the plumes of smoke, explosions. You've responded to many of them. Just your take on the video that we're seeing as well.
Okay, let's start then with the explosion. I'm not sure you can tell, and I would agree with Bob, there is a lot of smoke. However, when a car gets to a certain temperature range, you're talking about tires burning, other parts of the car burning. So certainly could have been an explosion. I still wouldn't rule out that it's not an explosion as far as a bomb in it, but it could be. But you couldn't.
So this guy is saying no?
To be clear here, Garrett, you can't really look at that picture and sort of assume one way or the other. Again, the stuff we talked about earlier about bomb residue. Did the car, explode?
Yeah, that's a good point. First they said one person, now it's two.